1340 96.5 KVGC. On the phone with me, Douglas Viviani of Everything Old is New Again. Douglas and David Cohen tonight kind of anchor the evening programming here on KVGC for us. We appreciate that. We don't even pay them to do it. I know Cohen's a little upset about that, but, you know, you have radio in your blood, so you understand.
Labor of love.
Yeah, you understand. Hey, speaking of labor of love, next week is the Northport Fair and donut eating contest. Have you been practicing? Now, we're giving you 2 weeks to ramp up for this. How's it going?
Yeah, it's scary because I was practicing a little bit this week, not too much. No coffee, just straight donuts, crumbling up these glazed donuts and trying to eat them as fast as I possibly could. I don't even know why I'm doing it. Like, why would I practice for this? It's completely and utterly unhealthy, terrible. It's making me go down to the treadmill and do the treadmill in the house a little bit more. And
I thought you were going to say it makes me go down to the Krispy Kreme shop and pick up a dozen donuts.
They know me as the Dunkin' Donuts, and it's sponsored by the local Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm trying to put in a little in favor of them, try to maybe I can get them to give me the smaller donuts. The other
do you guys have Krispy Kremes back there in the
Krispy Kreme, but not on Long Island? It's in New York City everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Those are great, huh? I mean, those are amazing.
Yeah. A friend of mine, Dale Haney, who has the Homestead Mortgage just 2 doors up from us, every Christmas he and his wife stop by all their good customers and friends and drop off a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. And they get them. He gets them like by the like a big truckload full of them, and they're maybe a day old. I would assume. I think probably come out of Sacramento. And then what you do is you put them in the microwave for, I believe it's 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
Softens them up a little bit.
And they're just like fresh. But don't put them in for 8 seconds. Don't put them in for 10 seconds. It'll turn just like bleh, like a blob.
Now, we have a Duck Donuts by us, brand new. Have you heard of this?
No.
You go in and it's unbelievable. You go in and you design your own donut. It sounds like Seinfeld making your own pizza. Remember that was famous? But you go in and you design your own donut, and any toppings, or they have a whole variety of toppings and what have you. And it sounds great, and they make it right there for you. You could do a dozen, or everyone's different, whatever you want to do. But the donuts are like $2 and change per donut. So it's like I don't know. I don't even want to. I love donuts, but I don't want to eat them because they're absolutely they're horrible for you, right? So as a treat, you do it. But who's going to a place to spend like $2.50 for a donut? I don't know. I don't know the formula. It's going to work.
Well, hey, I don't see why people go to the fancy coffee spots and pay $5 to $7 for a cup of coffee. That just when I can get it for free here at home.
And it's and that's something that you can make at home that is just about the same. Just buy the Starbucks at home, or buy the whatever flavor Dunkin' Donuts, whatever you like, and it's the same exact stuff at home for 1/10 the price. And it's like it's almost like steaks. Like I love a steak, but when it's barbecue time, I could do a steak outside just about kind of almost the way that it is in the restaurant, unless you're going for a special thing. Like when I go to a restaurant, I want to do something I can't cook myself, I don't want to spend $45 for a steak that I could cook at home for $7. I don't know. It's just
Douglas, you know what I've discovered too? I used to be one of those guys that would put everything on the steak. Montreal steak seasoning. That's the stuff they usually put on prime rib. That's like a multi-seasoning type thing,
like
or maybe
pepper,
or maybe some garlic powder or something. And then a friend of mine who runs a restaurant, we were talking about stuff, and he was saying that all they do, and you'll see it on all these shows. All they do is like salt and a little pepper, maybe. And I started doing that, and I'll tell you what. That is the trick. There's no need, especially if you've got a good. I like to do ribeyes. Ribeyes seem to me have the best flavor of a steak. And you put just a little salt on a good ribeye, and you're golden, man.
Well, I would say the caveat to that is you got to get those steaks. Well, if not from the butcher, they have to be of a certain quality. Because some of them, you go to like the Stop and Shop, whatever, you get your steak for $5 a pound because it's on sale or whatever. even the porterhouse or the ribeye, they're good, but then just the quality is not there. But you're right. You're right. When you have a quality steak, you need nothing else for sure.
So what you're saying is, don't buy your steak from the Dollar Tree.
Exactly. I use that dollar. I get that steak from the Dollar Tree. I use it for the breakfast.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that? They have it in the little, in those little Dollar Tree stores, 99-cent stores, little steaks.
Yeah, they're frozen.
Yeah.
They go really fast, too, by the way. I cook them up and put an egg or two on top. Not so bad for breakfast.
There you go. There you go.
What's that for a hint?
Yeah. Hey, are the kids excited about going back to school?
This is the thing. After Labor Day, they go back to school. They've been off for more than 2 months. They've had a great summer, did a lot of things, and they are excited. They actually got letters from their teacher, and in these days, we don't let them know, but in this day and age, of course, it's a form letter, but they insert the name of the child and print it out, so it looks like it's directly to the child. And it gets them all hopped up. Now, Leo, he's going into 2nd grade, and he was given, I don't know what they're calling it, but it's almost like a pixie dust. He got a little cellophane, like a Ziploc bag, and it has some kind of like dust in it, and he's supposed to put this underneath his pillow the night before school, and it will clear his mind and let him sleep, get a good night's sleep, so he starts school fresh and ready to go on Wednesday morning.
I don't know about you folks on Long Island, but if someone sent my kid some dust in a bag and told him to put it under his pillow, no, I'd be calling the cops. I'd be calling the cops, I think.
Right. It's not your mother's tooth fairy.
Yeah.
And then Angelica's got this note, rather detailed, about all the things that they're going to do with an agenda and the reading, and bring 3 books at all times. You're going to have a free reading period, or all the different kinds of math, and the homework's important. You got to make sure you do it, and do it when you get home from school. Blah blah blah. And it would scare me as a kid, like, oh my, this is like a drill sergeant. This like, with a smile,
Yeah.
But she's all hopped up like this is like a project. She's all excited. So she's like refreshed, They both are refreshed, and they're ready to dive into the new year, which is pretty cool.
That is great. Yeah, that is great. Seriously, that is great.
It is, and I'm just excited. It's different. I always liked school on some level or another for the social aspect of it. I wasn't all excited about what I was going to do and learn and stuff, but they are, and I think it's great. I just wonder, how come we as adults can't ever get that encouragement from the boss and have them send us some, I wouldn't say pixie dust, but send us some.
Not that there's anything wrong with pixie dust. I know there's nothing wrong with pixie dust. As most folks know, you're an attorney. Do you like to be called an attorney or a lawyer or a barrister or barrister or what
I guess attorney works.
Attorney better than lawyer. So you're an attorney. Do you ever look forward to going to court? I'm like, I can't wait to try this case. This is going to be
God,
so.
I wish that was true. I look forward to leaving court. I don't hate it. I enjoy being there, and I shouldn't say enjoy, but I don't have any problem being there. I'm very comfortable there, and I do what has to be done, and I'm happy to do it. But after 30 years, it's work. But that's the thing. When we started Everything Old is New Again 5-6 years ago, if I was doing that for a living and other shows, or hosting a morning show like you do, or something like that, afternoon drive, whatever, I think I would definitely have that feeling where you bounce out of bed, and that's what I love to do, and I want to do that. And like you must have that. You're up at 5 or 4 in the morning to do your show, right?
3:15.
Wow.
3:15 every morning.
Obviously, there's a couple of dollars involved, of course, there always is. But there's got to be the motivating factor for you. It's got to be the love of the radio, no? And
There's not. I've been on the air 40 plus years, and maybe I can count on my hands days that I've days I got to go in, I've got to let this person go, or I've got to have a serious talk with this person, right. Or we're facing this or that. But other than that, no, I really enjoy my job. It's sometimes I wonder, sometimes I think I should get paid for it too, though. And that's Let me ask you about this. So
the
being an attorney, is it true? Do you have like a little clock by your phone? As soon as you pick the phone up, when your clients start, you push the button, and then you talked for a quarter of an hour, half an hour, 10 minutes, and so you know how much to bill them.
Yeah, I don't have that because I don't do the billing by the hourly. I'll do a real estate closing. I give you a flat fee.
Oh, okay.
I do the criminal defense. It's a flat fee, or a fee per appearance in court. And the personal injury is like a percentage of the plaintiff usually, so it's a percentage of what we recover. But I know people that do that, and that drives them crazy because when you're doing that, unless you're owning the firm, you must bill out X amount of dollars or X amount of hours per week. So if an attorney's got to, bill out, they're using the clock and timing everything that they're doing, including all these telephone calls. I mean, the most famous or notorious is the matrimonial cases. The divorces,
yeah.
what have you.
Oh, yeah.
They're at the clock all the time, and they don't mind the people calling them in. And unfortunately, in that situation, it's high stress, and the lawyer sometimes becomes the psychologist as well, until the people get the bill, and that is a huge bill.
I'll tell you a personal. So I got. Everybody knows my business here on the air, so it's no secret. I got divorced back in 1987, 86, I think it was 86. Final in 87. In California, they give you a 6-month, period, and then it becomes final.
Right.
And anyway, so I can remember this plain as day. We were sitting in the cafeteria of the courthouse, and I was on one side with my attorney. My ex-wife was on the other side of the table with her attorney, and we're, arguing about a hammer, a barbecue,
right.
This or that. And finally, her attorney, who at that time was getting paid $250 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, back then, my attorney was like, $100, because he was from, nice guy, Amador County, great lawyer, friend of mine to this day. But he just stopped. His name was Danny Bryce. He stopped and said, "Hey, look, I'm just going to tell both of you something. In a divorce, there's only 2 people that make out. That guy sitting on that side of the table and me. Right. So you can sit here and argue all you want about items and run up a bill when you could just buy brand new ones, both of you,
right.
for less than it's going to cost you to argue about one of these items." And you know what, Douglas? That was the best. That was the best piece of advice that I learned out of that divorce. I'm serious.
Absolutely.
That's the best piece of advice that I learned.
I had a case, the same exact thing, where it was Christmas time. It was like the couple days before Christmas, and the big argument came out, and they wanted a quick order to show cause. It means you go into the court real quick, and as an attorney, you got to drop everything and do the paperwork first, and that's a lot of money, and then you got to go to court and blah, 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 and argue over the Christmas bulbs for the tree. Literally, this is what they're arguing. They're like, guys, this is going to cost you, $1,000, $1,500 just for this issue alone.
Yeah.
And the judges, guess what? He's going to split the baby and say, pick out the ones you like and split them up and so forth. You could buy, top of the line, greatest stuff ever for $1,500. No one wins in the divorce. That's the problem. And even if the attorney did everything right and you got everything you wanted, when you send the bill to the client, now you're the enemy. So sooner or later, you're never the hero. In any of those
and I don't care. And I don't care who you are. Nobody. In the end, nobody wins in the divorce because it's just of what it is, and you have to go into it. My advice to people who are getting a divorce, and I don't get in, but I say I've got a piece of advice for you, and I give them the one about don't argue over the thing,
right.
And just remember, it's like the dissolution. You're splitting up a company. Okay, just go into this as you're splitting up a company. You're going to divide the assets, and don't think with your heart, think with your mind, and
right.
treat it like it's a business deal. Even though that's hard to do. And that's hard to do, but you have to do that. But
it's so much easier to do when there's no kids involved. When
yeah.
Kids, it really gets to be a problem. Yeah. It's emotional. I can understand that.
So anyway, now that
we've
back to school. Back to school.
But now, do you have any memories of I'm like, they're going in with these great memories or making great memories, and they have this, obviously their experience in school is a positive thing. They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that to be the case for you, or do you remember any particular memories of school that are on the positive side?
I'm not bragging, but my college years, and I'm serious, this is not a brag, I'm not really proud of this, but have you ever seen the movie Animal House?
Yes.
That was kind of
you a Bluto.
That was kind of my run through college, and I wish I could remember it all. But yeah, I mean, everybody remembers. There's certain teachers that I remember. Certain, there are. I mean, I can name them. Bob Geisler was my 5th grade teacher. He was a big impression on me. John Hofstetter was my 8th grade teacher. He was a big impression on me. Jerry Gonzalez in high school. Just and another handful of teachers along the way there that I connected with. You connect with a teacher.
Yep.
Mike Flock was another one. Just anyway. So,
I remember doing biology, and biology was like dissecting that frog. It was a challenge to me, man. That was in 7th grade, which just came from elementary schools. My second, set of schooling. I think it's different than now. Man, that was not an easy thing.
I'm laughing because in high school we had physiology and we had cats. We had to dissect cats, and I can remember one time a friend of mine cut one of the paws off and put it in this girl's lunch, and she opened the bag up and there was a cat paw.
Oh man,
I mean, that's horrible.
I remember a teacher in school.
Kids, don't do that. That's not good. Uncle Jim is not proud of that. He's not telling you to do that. Don't do that.
This teacher did the same with the cats and had one kid hold on to the intestines, and he held on to the other, and they literally went across the room with the intestines.
Yeah, just to show you the size. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just real. Do they do that stuff now? I don't think they do that.
I think they do it all. I think everything is pretty much, virtual. They just show it to you, on a screen, and ooh, this is. The one thing that California, luckily, we've got some people here in Amador and Calaveras County that work hard to make sure that this, stays. Is California has, really cut the budget when it comes to art and music in school, which is very, very important. To me, that's just as important as math and science and history.
I agree. Well, one of my favorite memories is being, we did a night where everyone has like a sort of a talent night, and we were the Blues Brothers. David Cohen was in the band, and I was Elwood Blues. We had a whole thing. Practiced that. We remember that forever. We did a great performance, if I don't say so myself. We did, I don't know, I was like, even back then, a host of things. So I was the host of like the senior banquet night and things like that. So that's just my little experience with it. But the arts, bring so much out, are so important. I can't believe that they cut it. But I hear this, the arts around Amador, and well, let's put it this way. I want to congratulate you. Let's put it this way to start off the bat with this Patron of Arts Award that you just received.
Yeah, I was honored with that. That was a very good honor. Yeah.
And that's incredible, all the different things that I really didn't realize that the station does and you do with the different, the 2-hour celebration of the students in poetry and the, I don't know what else you do, the
when we started this station, we said, this was the community station, and we were going to give back to the community and let the community, have it, and my wife and I really do firmly believe in that, and that's just part of the things we do. Last night we did high school football. We'll do, high school football again next week. Plus we do things for the music program. It's all important.
Don't you have a radio play or something the kids do at Christmas time and all that?
Yeah.
So in other words, the school sort of doesn't have the budget for it now. So you, for your area, picked up the slack, it sounds like.
Well, a lot of people do. Yeah, a lot of people do. And so, hey, listen, we are running woefully out of time here.
Yes.
What about the Tonight Show?
Tonight, 1969 Mets. Ron Swoboda, if you remember anything about baseball, if you do, if you don't, tune in anyway. He's the guy that made that catch in right field, one of the most famous catches of all time. And we have him on the show this week and next to talk about his book, Here's the Catch, a memoir of the Miracle Mets and more. And he's really, really a great guest. You have to listen to what he has to say.
All right. Any predictions for the football season?
Amador's County lost all, didn't they, last week?
Yeah, no, but I mean, not local. I mean, do you have any for?
I know more about Amador than I know about the Class Nationals at this point. Jets are going to stink. They're going to have about 6 wins. Giants are going to have about 7, and who's going to win it all is way up in the air at this point. I'm going to go crazy and say Green Bay.
Really?
Yeah, how about that?
So you're not going to go with the Patriots?
Nope.
No. Ooh, that was a decisive. Nope.
Nope. There's a very significant rivalry over here on this end with New England, so I'll never pick them. Brady's getting older. I think it's just going to catch up to him. He's going to play well, but not what he was, and I don't think they have the talent they used to have.
All right. Douglas Viviani and David Cohen tonight at 6 o'clock, tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Everything old is new again. Douglas, good luck next week, and we'll wait to hear from you. I guess we won't know the results for another 2 weeks, huh?
Yes, unfortunately, I'll be doing it right after the show next week.
All right. Take care.
All right.